Alright, back here at Mira Mesa one more time for the handicap division title match for today's JBT event. These are our two superist survivors. 14 bowlers started this semifinal format. The lowest game was out each game. The lowest two totals were out each game, and by the skin of his teeth, Jesus Gutierrez was the lucky survivor out of the last round when we went from 5 bowlers to 2. No luck involved for this youngster there. 11-year-old Flynn Hyatt has been the plus or minus leader for quite a while now. Had a bad last game, but that's why you get that total pinfall lead. So unless you have the worst game, you're going to cruise along for a little while. Forget the plus or minuses now. This is just one game with handicap. The difference is 21. Flynn's getting those 21 pins from the little lefty. So a pretty good shot, leaving that 6-10. Second consecutive day on a very difficult lane pattern. This one was the PWBA Albany Open pattern. It was 36 feet and fairly flat. So short pattern strategies come into play. Most kids will ball down and try and be, in these guys' case, far left break point with as straight a lines as possible. Form at the spare, just tags on to cover that 6. Flynn has been in disbelief for the last hour or so. He keeps going, how am I still alive? How am I still alive? Well, however he is, he still is. Rocking that Parkway Bowl shirt. We'll be there across this other side of San Diego in a couple months. Jesus pulls out of Winnetka. We'll be there later on this season as well. Boy, for an 11-year-old, he does the weirdest thing. We hardly see any of that anymore. He uses his thumb. Wow. What a novel concept. Good turnout. Thanks to the whole team of Mira for having us. Been coming here many, many years. Many decades at this point. This is his first career top 4. He's bowled with us off and on for quite a few years since he was an even littler guy. First time he's gotten this far, and spare on camera. Very good. Gutierrez's high finish as well. First time he's in the top 4 with us. He was right on that borderline average-wise between handicap and scratch. It's his choice what to do. He struggled yesterday. Most people struggled yesterday. He said, you know what? You're giving me pins, I'm bowling handicap. Bam, here he is. It was neck and neck between him, Ventura, and Ethan Chambers. And by 1 pin, he went 8-1 in the 10th frame last game. And that 1 pin got him into this final match. Well, gets it to the right, but lost the leverage that time. He made a 166 average, went -9 for his 5-game qualifying, including a 254 final game, and he needed quite a bit of that to get into the cut, and just kept on surviving. That's the name of the game at that point. Makeable spare, but it's always different when you're finally in the title match. Everybody talking about you back here, all that kind of stuff. But only 7-1. Out of it. So Flynn's got himself a lead scratch, and he's getting 21 pins of handicap, so he likes what he sees so far. Practices that follow through over and over. Yeah, Flynn, he's still up. Okay. Sometimes you can't hold him back from bowling. They just want to go, 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 go. Speedy B used to do that. That looks like a little better shot. It was, but it didn't quite crawl up. They've been tough pattern. Very little margin of error today. This right, it's got no chance, even though the pattern's short. This left, it will often take off way across the head pin. So premium on accuracy and premium on, get this, making your... Thank you, crowd. These hard patterns, they guys whine and moan about it, but then they say thank you, thank you, thank you later on when they go off to bowl junior gold or masters or something. And they've seen stuff like this before, so they're unafraid of it. Nice conversion of the 2-7 there. Gets himself his second spare of the title match. Keeps himself in the building, and Flynn just can't wait to throw his next ball. I don't blame him. Good, saves us some time. We're gonna get out of here. Attacking the head pin, not bad, out of trouble. This guy coaches at Parkway, and I adore his shirt. Can you face the camera, sir? Spray and pray. Absolutely love it. You used to be a spray and pray. Now you know what you're doing. When did this happen?
Last year. All the JBT practices.
There you go. Oh, look, see that? Learn from your pop. That was the right thing to say right there. That was perfect. That was well timed. Cross lane's a little trickier for the guy who throws this hook ball. He's going to stay with this strike ball. And oh, man. That would have been a bonus in Power Bowl. Stay on the lane but miss the spare. It's all right. Still leading in the match scratch. We roll on to Vegas next week and then Denver, Colorado for our first visit of the year to that city. And north of Seattle. We're all over the place. Who makes this schedule? Mount Vernon, Washington. Another good stop. Jim Kent Memorial. That looks pretty good. No, it was, but just neither bowler quite getting that ball to feed to the pocket. Get it to face up correctly through the pocket is what they're trying to do. It's interesting being in San Diego last night for a certain baseball game I heard about. This field's probably half LA bowlers and half San Diego bowlers. Should have just gotten a bunch of pizzas and stayed at the lounge watching everybody duke it out there. That would have been interesting. That's a nice spare right there. That's not an easy one at all. Covers the bucket perfectly. Keeps the pressure on. Jesus Jr. 17 years old. Takes that breath.
Anthony, orders ready, Anthony.
Takes the breath, wipes the shoe with his hand, one of the grossest things that bowlers do. Some of them do that and then they lick their hand to get a little traction. Boy, I tell you what, I think that's where COVID started. It's not bats in China, it's bowlers licking their shoes. Yeah. Still trying to find the strike line here. There's only one strike between the two of them through 12 frames of bowling. It's not always about the strikes. Middle average bowlers on a tougher than average lane pattern. Nice free swing there. Covers up the 8. 2 spares in a row for him. Trails by 13, but also has 21 more pins with handicap to make up. He wanted a bowl handicap to get some pins, but now since he's in handicap, he's giving pins. That's how it goes sometimes. This guy finished in 3rd place today. Congrats to Nathan. This guy left 2 of the nastiest pocket 710s I've seen in a while to knock him out of the match. This guy here wants to see his first strike of the match. Same deal, both bowlers are able to get to the head pin, but not quite enough oomph to get those light hits to mix up and carry out. They both have slow ball speeds. The thing is, to get from where they are to carry is like a micro adjustment, but at that skill level, they're still like macro bowlers, you know what I mean? So if you over adjust here, it can get worse than what it currently is. He's already made this once, back in the 5th frame. See if he remembers what he did there. And he's gonna make it twice. There we go. Nicely done. Okay. Go for it. We are joined in the announce booth by back-to-back scratch champion Brandon Rother. Brandon, your goal was to just win once in scratch, your first year in scratch. Have you had time to reevaluate your goals?
Yeah.
What are they now?
To win at least one JAT title.
Well, we love JAT, but all right. Fair enough. What's your next JBT goal?
I don't know.
The all-time record is 6 in a row. A 300 game? There you go.
I'd say 300, yeah.
Dallas Leong won 6 in a row. That's our record. Is he in trouble? Is he in danger?
I don't know.
You don't know? You want to go that far?
Let's see how Vegas goes.
There you go, that boy. Well, you were spectacular all weekend. Speaking of Jat, thank you Yama for the shirts. I returned the favor. JAT's, I bark all the time about season 27. Jat is in the middle of season 50 this year. Which means that Yama was like 78 years old, and I'm not quite sure how that's the case. He ages better than me. Well, that's the first real makeable thing that Flynn's missed. Let's see how he rebounds. Ooh, crashes the headpin again. Hate those 2 7s for a lefty. Very tricky spare, especially on tricky lanes. As it stands, he only leads by 3 scratch now, so his lead has been dwindling. He will lose the scratch lead if he misses this, but still, remember, gets 21 pins. Got a chance. Oh yeah, well, nice job. Boy, 2 7s are no problem for either of these bowlers. They're a combined 3 for 3. That's a huge spare in the 8th frame. Starting to get late already. Nicely done. Papa Flynn wants no part of this. He is hiding way back there in the corner. That's him over there. I've had parents go outside and say, text me who wins. They don't want to watch at all. That's close. Yeah, nice shot there. Great time for strike number 1 of the match from him. Keeps the deficit at 3, but has that all-important strike work. And 9th and 10th frames are going to tell the story just like we like it. Great pre-shot routine. So many bowlers, especially when you get to these nervous situations, race through that. He is not doing that. He's taking the same amount of time he always takes. I love that. Let's see if we can capitalize. This is close. Oh, yes! Brandon, you have a bunch of trip 4-7s this weekend, I saw, and he just gets one right there. Apparently that's a favorable hit in this bowling center, because that seems to carry a lot. And no better time for a double there. He's going to have a shot in the 10th. Let us see if young Ayat can respond. Oh, uh-oh, big trouble now. It's a double whammy there. He loses a lot of count with the 5 there and leaves himself in a very challenging spare. Very makeable, but obviously challenging. This is now completely up for grabs. He boinged about 3 feet in the air when he made the 2-7. He might hit the ceiling tiles. He covers this one. Should be a ground rule double. Got a chance, right? No, he's going to get too much of that. Alright, gives him 125 through 9, getting 21, so make that 146 theoretically. Which makes this a theoretical 2-pin game. Anything can happen here. Easier said than done. He's got to forget about that frame, throw his best shot right here in the 10th. Gotta get there. Oh, man, almost turned the corner in time. Pretty good ball. Gotta cover this up, though. Panda Express or Jersey Mike's? Yeah? That's what I'm thinking too. I'm a Jersey boy, you know. Born and raised. They actually make them like that. I remember the Jersey subs. That's perfect spare. Well done. I was afraid the first time I went to Jersey Mike's, it would be like Arkansas Mike's. I wouldn't know what they're talking about. Pretty good. Shout out.
Hey, Ocean, yours ready. Leo, yours is ready.
Shout out to Duke Subs in Westfield, New Jersey. I hope they're still around. Buona Pizza is. Field ball could matter, never know. Get every pin you can. Alright, there's that 2.7 again. A more than respectable 143. He came in at a 143 average. Oh, so it did fall. 144, so just over his average. Plus the 21 pins, that gives him 165. 9 spare strike is 168. So if strikes, he wins. If he doesn't strike, he'll have